So exercise 10.3, the sixth sum is a very interesting sum. There is a hurdle race, right? Hurdles, right? A player, it's a running race, but in between they have many hurdles which they have to cross. So in such a race, a player has to cross 10 hurdles, right? The probability that he will clear the hurdle is 5 by 6. So they have already given you the probability of which he will clear the hurdle. But what you are asked to find is, what is the probability that he will knock down less than 2 hurdles? Okay, so you know that from the given sum, you know that we can write n is equal to 10. So obviously you know that we are going to use a binomial distribution here because the value of n is less, right? The number of events is less, so we are going to use the binomial. So, and also they have given the probability that he will clear the hurdle, right? Probability that you're going to clear the hurdle is 5 by 6, right? But this is the probability of clearing the hurdle. But in the sum, they have asked you to find out the probability that he will knock down less than 2 hurdles. So what is going to be my P, right? Typically P, which is my probability of success. In this case, my probability of success is going to be how much he is going to knock down. Although knocking down a hurdle looks like a failure event to you, in this particular sum, since they have asked what is the probability that he will knock down 2 hurdles, right? Knocking down a hurdle should be treated as the probability of success for this sum, right? Always remember that P does not denote only the success event. You read the sum, depending on what is asked in the sum, that will be taken as the probability of success. So here P is nothing but the probability of knocking a hurdle, right? And that probability of knocking a hurdle is equal to 1 minus 5 by 6, because probability of clearing the hurdle is given as 5 by 6, which is Q. So 1 minus 5 by 6 after taking LCM is nothing but 1 by 6. So you know the value of P, you know the value of Q, and you know the value of N. Therefore, what you are asked to find is, what is the probability that he will knock down less than 2 hurdles, right? So probability of x less than 2, which is probability of x equal to 0 plus probability of x equal to 1. Now let's write down the formula for binomial distribution. Okay, it is nothing but, where x is a random variable, you have the formula as NCX P par x Q par n minus x. Always write the formula even when you are practicing the sums and then do the sum, right? So it is 10C0 P, which is 1 by 6 power 0, Q, which is 5 by 6 power n minus x. N is equal to 10, right? 5 by 6 power 10 plus, for P of x, it is x equal to 1, it is going to be 10C1 1 by 6 power 1 and 5 by 6 power 9. And now we'll write this as 10C0 is nothing but 1, and 1 by 6 the whole power 0 is again 1, and see, I forgot to put a bracket here. So this will be 5 power 10 by 6 power 10 plus 10C1 is nothing but 10 factorial divided by 9 factorial into 1 factorial, right? Into 5 power 9 divided by, I'm just going to add these two powers, because 6 power 1 and 6 power 9, when you add it you get 6 power 10, right? So from these two equations, what can I take common outside? I can take 5 power 9 and 6 power 10 common outside, right? So I'll get 5, and here it would be 10 factorial by 9 factorial when you divide it, you will get the value as 10 because everything else gets cancelled. So the answer would be 15 into 5 power 9 divided by 6 power 10. You can leave it at this. So this is going to be my probability of knocking down less than 2 hurdles, right? Hope it is clear. If you have any doubts, you please leave a message and I'll get back. In this sum, all you have to remember is that the probability of success event is that is P, is actually the probability of knocking down the hurdle, right? So although the probability of clearing the hurdle is given as 5 by 6, that will be taken as Q, which is the failure event. That is because we have to find out the probability of knocking down the hurdle, and that is the probability of success event in this particular sum. So always look at what the question is and then decide what your P and Q are going to be. So that's the only catch in this sum. Otherwise it's a very simple sum to solve.